Hey guys, Roman Reaper here. So, I just got done watching No One Will Save You on Disney Plus. This is quite an interesting one because it basically came right out of nowhere. Yes, we had a trailer for it, but they literally came out this month, and so literally we only had, a few weeks till the actual release. This is a streaming film after all. But even then, the trailer we did get was incredibly vague and mysterious, not really telling us anything about the film. So I went into it going off, all of that. I went into it fairly blind, but I had been hearing good things about it, so I went into it expecting it, at least a decent, fun little sci-fi horror thriller. But does it deliver on that? Let's find out. So the film follows Bryn, a young woman who lives alone in a house in the countryside, basically cut off from the small town that she lives in. One night, her house is invaded by a mysterious intruder, which turns out to be a literal alien. Following on from this event, Bryn ends up encountering some mysterious truths about the small town in which she lives, and soon is left to fight for her life against this mysterious new threat, while also confronting a tragic event from her past. So, look, I went into this not really knowing anything about it, so I went into this basically as blind as you can get. And I gotta say, this was a pleasant surprise. I very much enjoyed it. This is a really, really fun little sci-fi thriller that is very, very compelling. This is like an hour and a half long, and it's very tightly paced, keeping the tension up throughout basically the whole film. It never feels too rushed, but it never feels like it's going unnecessarily slow either. It hits the sweet spot. It's short, sweet, and it's a lean, mean, tightly paced little thriller that that keeps you on edge for basically most of its 90 minutes. And what helps in setting this apart from other films of its kind is the fact that it's told basically entirely without dialogue, very much relying on its cinematography, sound design, score to help create a sense of atmosphere which, builds that, growing sense of unease and tension. And it works extremely well. The film is shot really well. Like there's some very clever cinematography here. Like notably a well placed transition from a bedside lamp to like a spinning bird's eye view shot of a roof of a house, which then pans downwards. It's very very cleverly made, and of course the sound design is great as well, especially for the aliens and their like technology. It's very well done, and it's all complemented nicely with a very atmospheric score from Joseph Trapanese. It's it's a very, very well made film, and it helps, build this really strong sense of atmosphere, which keeps you really captivated throughout its 90-minute runtime. And none of this would be complete if we didn't have, a solid central performance around all that. And yeah, we have a really great, largely silent performance from Caitlin Dever as Bryn. Considering she has like at most like two lines of dialogue, she is fantastic. Like, she doesn't even need dialogue. She sells it so well through her body language and facial expressions. very early on in sort of quirky, unassuming scenes at the start, selling the sort of awkwardness of her lonely life. And then, as the actual threat comes into play, very perfectly selling the sort of fear and anxiety of this mysterious new threat. She is really good. And the aliens are a great mysterious threat as well, yeah. They're very much kept at arm's length, yeah, as we gradually learn about them. But by and large, we're pretty much kept at a distance. We by the end we don't really know, what the aliens are here for, why they're here. Yeah, it's very mysterious and it works very well. Like I will say, I would maybe have liked to go a little longer before we actually see the alien. To very much keep up that mystery and the tension around that because we don't know who or what this mysterious invader might be. But it's revealed very quickly that it is in fact an alien. And don't get me wrong, the alien scenes we do get, once the reveal takes place, are super fun. But I would have liked the reveal to maybe have happened a little later. It's not too big of a deal or anything. It's still super fun, but yeah. And it helps as well that, as well as being a very fun, well made little sci-fi thriller, it's also got some surprising emotional intelligence about it. Obviously, a whole part of the film is very much about coming to terms with past trauma and moving on from it, and that's handled very, very well. We're given little breadcrumbs as to what might have gone on in Bryn's past, and then there's a wonderful late film reveal which very much ties it all together, and suddenly like little behaviors earlier on that seem insignificant. We learn why in fact they are actually significant. Yeah, it's quite simple, but it's very effectively done. It's obviously not all perfect. Like I gotta admit, considering this is a very low budget film, the visual effects are mostly like very, very good, but there are some shots which do look kinda off. Like not like the Flash level bad, but like but like there's some shots that maybe could have done with a bit more tweaking. Yeah. As I said, considering the budget, it looks really good, but it's not always there. Um, yeah, I feel like the actual happy ending we get as well also comes kind of abruptly. Like, yes, it makes sense, there are sort of, little setups there in the beginning, so it's not out of place or anything, but I feel like, you know, it comes, you know, kind of abruptly, kind of rushed. Like, again, it's not too big a deal, but, I was satisfied with the ending we got, but I just would have maybe liked a little bit more sort of context to sort of bridge the gap a bit. But overall, I did very much enjoy this film. It's a very fun, very well crafted, very engaging sci-fi thriller. And if you've got Disney Plus, or if you're in America, you have Hulu, definitely give it a watch. It's well worth your time. You'll probably be pleasantly surprised. And overall, I'm going to give No One Will Save You a 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, let me know down in the comments. Have you seen No One Will Save You? What did you think of it? Would you like to see more films like this told with no dialogue? And what did you make of the ending? Let me know all that down in the comments. Don't forget the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget the subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.